So people that know me, like you lot, know that I have a little kind of issue with shamatha practice, you know. But actually, I don't really have an issue with shamatha practice, you know, because it works, you know. Shamatha practice, mindfulness practice, they all work, you know. And you know, you do need a peaceful mind, you know. So I don't have a problem with that. You do need to be connected with reality, you know. I don't have a problem with those practices. The the only problem I have really is that they don't last, you know. Is that there's a separation between practice session and daily life. You know, that those practices don't really last, you know. And you know, I was talking with Cecily about this. You know, like a Buddha wasn't a Buddhist; he was a Hindu. You know, he was. Oh, good! I got a laugh. Hold on a minute. I better mute everyone. Oh, I'll probably get thrown out of Rigpa for saying that. Hold on a minute. He was a person of his time and his culture, you know. And so when he pursued the spiritual path, you know, he went and he studied with teachers. He did all these practices, you know. And in particular, he accomplished the 4 dhyanas. He accomplished a very, very high level of suppression of mental events. So much so that, for example, the last teacher that he had offered him to replace, he offered Buddha, you could please replace me, you know more about it than I do, you know. And yet, the Buddha wasn't satisfied. He wasn't a teenager at that stage. The Buddha wasn't satisfied, you know. His quest continued, you know. He struggled to find this lasting peace. That's all he was interested in, you know. And he tried all kinds of mad things, you know, like what you were supposed to do according to the tradition of the sadhus, the people who dedicated their lives to spiritual practice. He did daft things, you know, like he'd starve himself. If it was hot outside, he'd put on clothes and sit outside. If it was cold, he'd take off his clothes and sit outside. He tried all of those things, you know. And eventually he ended up, you know, under this famous tree in Bodh Gaya, sat under the tree, and he made a discovery that the struggle was something that he was creating. It wasn't intrinsic to his being. This is a very important point. The struggle was something he was creating, the struggle. It wasn't intrinsic to his being, to his nature. And so what he did was he rested in his nature. And between dusk and the following dawn, he attained enlightenment. That's the meditation that we're attempting here. I hope you get the significance of this. The same meditation that brought Buddha to enlightenment. What did he do? He left his mind unaltered. His senses wide open, not shut down, not eyes closed. How do you do this thing? Senses wide open, alive, awake, alert.
Can I just ask you, Martin?
Please, yeah.
Do you mean like a meditation? If we focus on a sound or we focus on things that's a separation between. That's a separation that you're talking about in meditation and daily life, instead of the way that you do it, where we just remain eyes open, open and aware.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
It is, yeah.
A lot of people doing meditations and they're focusing on a particular thing.
That's right.
All the time.
That's right. Yeah. That's the shamatha practice, and it works. It does. When you do that, your mind settles. There's no two ways about it. The only problem is, bell rings and it's back to business.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a great joke. I'll tell it at the end. It's about this, back to business, So, somebody remind me if I don't tell you. Let me make this kind of quick. Okay, now there's a trick. There's a secret trick I'm going to tell you. That is that how do you contact this nature so that you can abide in it? Basically, you consider or you create a wish, okay. May I be a light to dispel the darkness of the world. May I embody love, compassion. That's, you see, your inner nature. And usually you should start your meditation practice with that kind of sentiment. May I be a light that dispels the darkness, the hatred, the suffering. So if your mind is very busy, use shamatha, focus your attention on your breath, for example. And then just let go. Completely purposeless. Not trying anything at all, no struggle. Just you. Wakeful. Hearing. Allowing the thoughts to come. Allowing them to go. Not struggling with them. Allow them to come. They go of their own accord. Allow them to go. Don't grab them. Just listen. Breathe. Rest. Mouth slightly open. Not trying to do anything. You don't even have to try to breathe. That's automatic. Leave your mouth slightly open. It takes no effort to hear things. Resting. Just let it go. Just being there. Thoughts are not your, just like sounds are not your enemy. Continually release, be Nothing sticks. This is the already perfect nature. May I be a light, dispelling the darkness of the. I can go into these things a little bit more, but any questions about that? Anything not clear? Do you realize what you've stumbled on? It just needs practice. That's all. Okay, so you've got things to do. What do you call it? Supermarket trolleys to fill. Clothes to try on. Whatever you do on a Saturday. Sorry? Okay. So, yeah. Okay.